If you think roti, Indian roti as in gehu ki roti and sabzi is a great option, no, it's not. Because it has gluten. Gluten increases inflammation. And inflammation is the root of all lifestyle disease. Multigrain atta also has wheat. But here we are not saying 100% of the people should avoid wheat. No, it is an individual specific thing. So we do the gluten sensitivity test. Once we understand that this patient is not prone to celiac, but prone to maybe osteoarthritis because of inflammation, and currently has no knee pain, she can eat wheat. But reduced quantity. Instead of 100% wheat, we'll say, okay, we give you red rice, we'll give you brown rice, we'll give you jawar, which is totally gluten-free, we'll give you nachni, things like that. Millet, we use a lot of flours, yes.
Nowadays we are talking about gluten. Already years we never talked.
Because we always suffered. We always suffered, had problems, our parents had knee pain, all of that. That's why we talk about it now. When you are aware, only then you can talk about it.
So how frequently you come across that people have got
In India, not too many, thankfully. Not celiac disease, not in India, but all over the world, too much. Why? Because processed food intake is higher. See, everything is connected to your toxic level. That is why I was trying to explain. Toxins are real, they exist. You need to detoxify your body. The 6,000-year-old remedies done by Ayurveda are fantastic for toxin removal.
Fats are part of food.
Fats are a part of food. Yes, they are. You need to give them.
Yes, so suppose we give pure ghee, what is it?
You give Mufa.
Yes.
Don't give pure ghee because your patient is overweight and there is a PPARG gene which is sensitive to saturated fat intake, and most Indians have 90% of the tests I've seen have the PPARG gene mutated. So this genetic combination, so this gene, when you take ghee or saturated fat, you put on weight. These individuals do not put on weight with complex carbohydrates, high fiber diet, but they do gain weight with fatty foods. And frankly, how will you tell your patient what is enough of ghee? How will you monitor the amount of ghee?
We say 2 teaspoons of pure ghee.
Why? What is the benefit? You tell me the
Because it
benefit.
has different fatty acids.
Yes, but those fatty acids are available in your food, in the intrinsic fat.
No.
There is saturated fat in coconut oil, there is saturated fat in meats that you eat, in the fish that you eat, in the chicken that you eat. This is all saturated fat. Why do you want to add more? He is already not a starving person. He's a person who's already living a life of excesses. So to a person who's living a life of excesses, why would you want to add more saturated fat? Yeah, we can go on and on. Fantastic.
May I suggest Mrs. Mukerjee?
Yes.
Mrs. Mukerjee? 1 minute. May I suggest Mrs. Mukerjee will be available after the session is over so that all these questions and doubts which are there can be taken up. I think to be fair to Dr. Jaria who is here,
Yes,
we can
yes,
now
yes.
start.
Last question. You have an Ayurvedic specialist
Yes.
for a normal person who is not obese.
Okay.
You mentioned there should be an intake of tulsi, ginger, wheatgrass. What should be the minimum dosage or schedule you have for a normal person who is not obese?
Not
and
obese.
somebody enlightened.
Yes. So firstly, I'll clarify, these tulsi etc. is not for obesity, it is for detoxification. It is not for obesity. So the dose for non-obese and obese is not the question. The question is, what is the toxic overload? And how do we know that? Through symptoms. Through symptoms. You can make out a person, he may be eating and drinking everything, but he's got hair fall, he's got depression, he's got memory loss, he's thin. But he's got high blood pressure, he's got all the, so there is toxic overload. Based on the toxic overload, the duration of the Ayurvedic herbs is determined by our qualified team of Ayurvedic doctors. I hope I've answered your question. Right? So it was fantastic, just fantastic interacting with all of you. I'm so happy with all the